I was very disappointed because I love the GenC podcast. And then you guys like spoke about life orientation and English teachers that we basically useless. And I was like, the people have the nerve and the audacity to speak about this. So I just had to like be like, nah, I'm gonna come straighten the stuff out. You're gonna know who we really are.
Welcome to the GenC podcast. It's me, Rizaan, and always with me as always your host with the least hair but the most joy and love.
So much love.
So much love.
So much love, the lady sparkly.
Jamie Jackson. Yo, bro, I missed you, bro.
How are you doing, Rizaan?
Like, I'm actually excited. I'm
Nice.
looking forward to this.
Because you know who we have today?
I don't, but you
We
have.
We have teacher Samia in the
Let's
building.
go.
We should get that. Yeah, the Sasa must still come through.
Oh,
We've
we've been waiting with sponsors. Also, as always, to the audio listeners, welcome. Lyle, welcome.
Okay.
Paul, welcome.
That was an extra.
Oh, this is a good out there.
Now someone's listening.
So let me just take over. So a couple of episodes ago, Lyle asked, why do you talk so liquor into the audio listener? This is your girlfriend, the audio listener. And then I was like, what are you doing? And so then my girlfriend is apparently like an audio and a visual. I'm also like that. She's both ways.
Yeah.
And so they chatting to each other, and it's like, no, Rizaan must do that voice for me. Do you know my mommy watches this?
Oh, yeah.
But your mom is not in?
She's not an audio
She's
listener.
not
Audio,
listener.
yeah.
Maar homie actually brought it up, but it's freak funny. Homie actually, I was thinking, homie's like, yeah, so Lal exposed you. Yo. But, so yeah, so... welcome, Samia. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
with us. So we'd like to ask our guest the sort of life orientation type question, and it's very, very suitable since you are a teacher. And the question is, who is Samia?
So how in depth am I going into this? Like how far back in life?
I was gonna just for the moment I was gonna say as deep as you like. I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, sorry. Sigh.
Pause.
Yeah, so just you tell us the long story, whatever you want to say. Go for
Okay.
it. Go for it.
Okay, so Samia. Actually, it's supposed to be Samia, but fell in love with the name so much that I didn't go look up the proper pronunciation. And because when I reverted to Islam, I didn't actually go to the mosque to take my shahada. I did it in one of the shoe shops in Belleville. So nobody really corrected me in the way in which I was supposed to pronounce my name. And only like years later, the imam actually told me, no, it's Samia. But it was too late. Everyone knew me already as Samia. And I was like, okay, we'll just must stick to the Samia part.
That's because you went to Belleville. It's a Stasi name. Are you joking? No. Northern Souths do better.
It was
But
the
your
most...
name is beautiful.
Shukran so much. It was the most magical experience. I had so many people around me, all cheering for me, saying things I didn't understand in their own language. I just like, okay, cool. Then I walked out and went home. Walked all the way back to Belleville because I stayed in Boston in a flat, up Durban Road. And I was like, yeah, that happened. So yeah, Samia, I am a teacher at a primary school in Elsie's River. I've taught quite a few places. I taught in Ottery, I taught in Salt River, I taught in Wynberg, in Paddo. And then this has now become my last school before hopefully finding a school in Saudi Arabia. And I'm also a swimming instructor. I coach littlies how to swim, and I coach rugby. And yeah.
You coach rugby.
Yeah, like mini rugby. I used to coach at Wynberg Boys when I was a learnership there. And yeah. I feel like I have so much more to say.
but
but
you don't,
we're
you
gonna
don't,
get there.
I'm
Yeah,
just,
yeah, yeah.
just get to the
We
point.
actually feel like now is a great time to just tell us what is in the jar.
So over my 5 years of teaching, I started collecting these little balls. So they're just little puffy balls, and they represent every learner I've ever taught. So the blue are for the boys, not like trying to be gender specific. Pink is for the girls, and the purple was my first ever grade 4 class that I had. They like changed my life completely. So
In what way?
I'd never taught ever in my life before because I was studying through UNISA and I missed practical because of COVID. And I was working as an internship at a school in Atri. And I saw an opportunity while the teacher was out sick. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go take this class on. And I'd never taught before. And I had to teach a phase that I'm not like qualified in. So that's why. And it was my first time interacting with kids on like a deeper level than just like, my passing. I'll never forget them. They're grade 6 or grade 7 now, and they all follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And they're always like, hi, ma'am. And like, it's amazing to see them grow. So they're my purplies because purple's my favorite color.
Every time I come here, you guys want to make me cry.
No, there's no tissues.
Like, what's these?
Yes, there are tissues.
What's going on?
I see.
And the C is for cries.
Yeah.
Do you want them?
Nah, it's fine. They must just feel the. They must feel the.
must
Joy,
feel the-
emotion.
No, because I think like just to start us off, part of the reason why you're here is because I did a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the spirit of what I did was not in celebration of the amazing teachers that we've all that had a hand in where we are today.
Correct.
And so we're giving a teacher a platform to first and foremost call me out. But also just again to celebrate the profession, to celebrate the experience. And yeah, so tell the audience like what went down and why you decided to come and talk to us today.
Because you were the first one to comment on the clip, right?
No,
Sorry,
she
the-
inboxed me.
Oh, that.
I was very disappointed because I love the GenC podcast. And then you guys like spoke about life orientation and English teachers that we basically useless. And I was like, the people have the nerve and the audacity to speak about this. So I just had to like be like, nah, I'm gonna come straighten the stuff out. You're gonna know who we really are.
And so, what did he get wrong there, Samia?
Because we are humans, like we are people, we are individuals. We're not just people earning money. And then I get the Spark Notes in English, you can learn that. But how would you have been able to read Spark Notes if it wasn't for your English teacher? And yes, I know life orientation has a lot of unnecessary concepts in it, but I mean, like, you learn something from it. Maybe some things we can't mention on the show, but
PG. Only
Now
voice.
we'll mention it. We'll talk about that.
So I think
Like and subscribe. GenC Plus, only boys.
So I think what we were really trying to highlight was the fact that the teachers were crippled by the system, right?
Yeah.
Something that we maybe didn't get across in the right way.
Yeah.
But how do you feel that the system is aiding in that kind of idea that teachers are trying their best, but just not able to get to that point?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys saw, but I posted a TikTok video and it got like almost 50K views, which isn't like a lot. I'm not going to brag about it. But the amount of teachers that commented on there saying that they were going through the same struggles, it actually landed me in a conversation with one of the top directors in the WCD. And they spoke to me to try and like hear my side. But the advice I was given is I must basically look after my social well-being and my psychology, and I need to go see a psychologist or a social worker to speak through the problems. But the greater thing is like I feel the system is killing us teachers, as harshly as it's put. But we are so overwhelmed with things that doesn't really help our kids get somewhere in the future.
Wow.
Like, why do we need to do all this amount of admin for kids to still turn out the way that they're going to turn out?
Wow.
And we don't get time to do the jobs that we as teachers are supposed to do. Especially as like foundation phase teachers. We are supposed to be sitting with the kids one-on-one, working in small groups. We don't have time for that.
Yeah.
And the behavior is like, you're out of this world. So like I'll be sitting there on the mat and then I have a little boy climbing on the table there at the back and Paula Makisi's. And like, how do you deal with that?
Yeah.
And you can't eat them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Corporal punishment is a no.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you just look at them and you're just like,
Just look at them.
what do I do? And if you write them discipline letters, they throw it over the fence.
Yeah.
Fun.
So, okay. So, firstly, I love where this is going because you obviously, like I said, you're unearthing, you're exposing, not exposing at all, but you're unearthing a real experience, something that you're actually going through. I was fortunate enough to go to, let's say, schools in middle income, high income areas.
Model C schools.
And it's so interesting whenever someone speaks about, oh, this is a good school. It's actually just that like the people that go there are from good families. Because at the end of the day, it's almost like the syllabus is the same, the teacher's passion is the same. It's just that they give an opportunity to get the work done because you have students who are well behaved, who just have a different economic class, if you will. So I was very fortunate, right, to go to school in these type of areas and these type of experiences. I am not going to defend myself. I am not going to do that because we did that already. But what I'm gonna say is, I do think that the way that the director, whatever WCD person responded to you was alarming, because basically it's saying that like you're on your own, and
it's not a nice feeling.
Yeah, especially because if you look at the post that you're speaking about, a lot of people are saying, no, but I'm also going through this. And so what, like...
And so, because maybe it's age, right? But it's being the student, you always know the one teacher that was just so amazing, right? You just learned from that, and that person or that could change your life.
Yeah.
But now, almost being, not on the other end, because I'm not a teacher, but being to the point to know that potentially she was feeling the same. And yet she was able to impart that joy at that moment. It puts everything kind of in a different context than what it was before. Because like you said, you're going to teach for the passion. You want to help the kids. That's one of the things that do you to teaching. And now you're being
hamstrung, if you will.
with all the other aspects of it. Because wouldn't it be amazing if we lived in these type of classrooms where the teachers teach the kids and we are able to just facilitate them easier? Because there is also the side where, and it's also not very nice, where we start blaming the teacher.
Always.
Why doesn't my son do or why is he not the so how when obviously you work with him, right? It's not my son, it's your student at that stage. What's it about that as a parent, for example, we don't get to see the in and out necessarily?
So I feel sometimes parents are very ignorant to the type of kids that they have, because the behavior that they show at home is different to the behavior that they bring to the classroom.
Yeah.
So it's almost like if I'm telling you your child is misbehaving, but you telling me, but Johnny doesn't behave like that at home.
Wow.
I can't fight you on that.
Yeah.
Because you're the parent and I just have to now say my side of the story, and whether you believe me or not, your child's still going to do what they're doing.
Yeah.
And many of the times it's our fault that the child is underperforming, when if you looked at the type of child that I've been telling you your child actually is, you would understand why they're underperforming. And I wish parents were more open to understand a teacher's point of view.
Yeah.
But it also comes a lot in with like kids have learning disabilities, because there's like such a big stigma around things like ADHD and autism and like learning disabilities that are causing them to fail.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say it's a lot in the color community, but I do pick it up a lot. They look at it in a bad light. It's almost like, no, my kind is Mali. And it's like, I'm not telling your child is mad. I'm telling your child can't read. I'm telling your child can't sit still, and it's because they have ADHD.
Wow.
Or it's because they have visual impairments and you're not seeing that. But the parents want this perfect kid and they're scared that the community is going to look at them in a bad light. Like if we send kids to, or we refer them for a school of skills, then parents are like, maar daai is die mouse school. And it's like, no, auntie, your child's going to go be like a technician or a plumber or I don't know, like he's going to work with his hands because that is the gift he was given. Why take that away from him? Why force him to struggle through school and then come here grade 9, he's going to drop out.
Yeah.
And then he's going to land up being a druggie. Not saying that they all do become that way, but that's the general way that the kids in the community go.
And I think it's like you said, he's going to be something. We can't put him in the system where he's not nurtured, not in a space where he can see an outcome. Because if they are in the system where they're always hitting a wall, you're never going to engage. He's never going to grip or take to a subject because that's not how he learns. And I'll say it again, a plumber makes 10 times as much as what you think.
And also we need them. Like, why is it a bad thing if he's a plumber?
So
like,
if you are good at a trade, pursue the trade.
And as a parent, support them in that. Like, enrich him in the same way you would do if your kid wants to become a doctor. They just don't have a degree behind their name.
Yeah.
So there's obviously like a cultural issue that we come from the culture. We've spoken about this, so we don't speak about things.
Yeah.
And part of why we don't speak about things is because we're afraid to acknowledge what the implications of those things would mean. And I do think that like the call out should be that stop it. Like let's collectively just heal.
Yeah.
Let's deal, heal, and feel what we need to feel.
Yeah.
Was that necessary? Why did I like rhyme like that? Like, yo, a sonnet. Hey?
10 out of 10 for rhyming. See that English teacher came in there.
I actually saw my English teacher last night.
Oh.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Primary school, high school?
High school. So it's like us where when you grade 10 to 12, you have like one English teacher. And that's kind of like the experience that I'm referring to when I say that. Because other grades, the English teacher must rotates. Maybe, it rotates. Okay. Yeah, no, we started with the teaching stuff. Can we come back to the teaching stuff like a bit later?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yes, let's go to your personal journey.
Okay.
So you're originally from PE, right? Or family from PE?
Yes.
Let's go.
I don't know how you found that out, but okay.
There you go.
So
That's the experience I was looking for.
you are like shocked. So
You told it now. You're from Axis.
I was born in Wynberg.
Okay.
We
loud.
stayed in Wynberg on the train line for 15 years of my life, and then I moved to Bellville. But my dad's first wife they come from Port Elizabeth. My dad is originally from PE. But my sisters and my nieces and my cousins all live in Port Elizabeth. It's just my dad and one of his brothers that are here in Cape Town. But originally from Cape Town, love to visit PE and try to go often. I used to go with the bus. Or those long
Classic.
Greyhound buses sitting next to the chickens and the lady with the blanket wrapped around her. You know, everyone goes towards Eastern Cape in the December holidays and they bring the whole farm with them to the Eastern Cape. I'm surprised I didn't get swine flu on those buses. But no shade to the bus people. They did their job. I never died. There was never accidents when I was in the bus.
Gang. Because I also used to go to PE a lot, like at the end of the year, or actually the June holidays where it's at. Because the weather's must be different there. Durban, Port Elizabeth. Anyway,
The opposite to us.
Yeah, like it's like a bit warm in the June side.
But the wind still blows.
More. Some you win, some you lose some. Yeah. So I also used to take bus. And my experience with the bus was that one where like you see like a girl that might be your age and you just dream your whole life for that girl and everything. Like you picture your whole life
movie scene.
with that girl. And you talk to that person. Am I alone in this? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it just me?
That's kind of makes sense. Like, when Rizaan visited me, like wanted to go back with the bus.
That's really funny because I actually sat across from a girl.
No,
That's so
I get it
crazy.
Now. I get it now.
That's so crazy. I took a bus because I was poor. But for the plot, it was for love. I also just since we're on this bus trip. So on the bus trip from Namibia, that girl in
How
question.
long was that bus trip?
Not that long, actually not that
Really?
long. Yes,
It's
it's
like
actually.
22 hours, I think.
It might even be less.
But 6 of them, it was reminiscing. Right?
No,
The
Okay.
future, the future with
Yeah.
it.
No, no.
Time flew for you.
Time flew.
Yeah.
It was all just
No, so
you
Namibia,
love, bro.
Namibia is like a straight road.
Yeah.
Whereas like Port, that's what it was, just boring.
So boring.
But whereas like Port Elizabeth and like Durban is like
Yeah.
There you
it's
go.
vibes.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
and it's liquor. Like
That's
it's like
that's very late.
it's vibes.
Yeah.
It's,
Those garage stops halfway on the trips. The
Rivier
steers.
sonder in.
Yes, van de Wimpie.
That's the one, bro.
Shut up. Wilderness. Nice. No. Like come on now, dog.
But they're not
Anyway.
allowed. I can't go eat there anymore.
In a past life, it is all you wumping it up. I don't think I've ever had wumpy. Because
Alhamdulillah.
that's a dry vibe. Oh my
So we
lord.
can kiss that One Piece sponsorship goodbye.
It's like all One Piece in like Johannesburg.
Wow.
Like they could give us just one. Just
The
one. maybe.
most Muslim area, there's no halal wimpy. Like, nowhere in Boerkaap.
Oh, Mitchell's
Yeah.
plus one.
Yeah.
Mitchell's playing definitely should get halal.
We skate more.
Specifically, yeah, because
It's the only move that's safe when you can drive vinnig out and vinnig in.
Please, man. Please.
I said I'm not going to dismiss
Yeah.
this play, and I'm not going to dismiss. Let's back to the episode.
Okay.
So what is your sort of like? What was the dream? What did you actually want to do?
So, funny enough, before I reverted to Islam, I was a bodybuilder. So I used to compete on stage in the bikini and the high heels, the whole... yeah. And I studied personal training and I had this dream I was going to become an influencer on social media. And I was for like a short time. But that account is gone because that is not a halal account anymore. And funny enough, I worked as a fitness instructor at Zone Fitness, and that's where I met Tariq. And Tariq changed my mindset, and it was like, okay, you need to find yourself a stable job, a job that can like make you money. And like how the color people always say, you can either work in the bank or you're going to be a teacher or you're going to be a nurse.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you must go teach. And I always wanted, like, that was a dream of mine to become a teacher. I used to play as a little kid downstairs in the block of flats, play teacher, make my worksheets there. So it's just, I had a passion for fitness and I felt that overpowered the desire to become a teacher. And then I feel like when I met Tariq, it was like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. And because he's a teacher too, it was like, okay, cool. 4 holidays together. So it worked out in my favor.
That's actually
you're synchronized.
Housing allowance, medical aid,
Like,
sorted.
Come on now, dog. And you guys, he teaches high school, you teach primary school, so there isn't even that like unnecessary, like, like why are you here? I see you a whole day ago. Now I'm gonna see you a whole day ago. Don't have that. You're safe.
I think he's so grateful I don't work with him.
Nah, because just imagine you had to work with Kelly.
I work from home. I work with Kelly.
Never mind. I still don't know what JP does.
It's a mystery. It's a mystery.
He takes meetings and he tells people what to do.
Yeah.
Manager position.
Allegedly.
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 Okay. Is it like
But
an
you-
office episode where the person's like assistant to the assistant manager?
Yes.
Okay,
One of
okay,
those, one of those. Do you mind discussing the revert journey?
Yes, I would love to.
So obviously, the revert is people get into the habit of saying convert,
No,
and
it's a
then
revert.
while having Islamic friends or Muslim
Yeah.
friends, they always say it's a revert. Right?
My mommy doesn't like the word revert. She calls you an embracee.
Oh, that's so cute.
So do you mind just telling us what led you to that, so that maybe just give some insight to that journey?
So I was brought up in a very Catholic household. My mom is Italian, and like my whole family on my mommy's side is all Catholic. So my daddy was Methodist and Baptist, depending on what church he went to that Sunday. So Catholicism is a very strict religion. Like if you miss church, you must go and do confession. You must go through the whole process of like communion, Holy Communion, first confession, confirmation. And for me, Catholicism never really, I didn't understand what the religion was about because it was forced upon me. It wasn't like I took it as my own and I could actually fall in love with it. And going to Weinberg Girls, I was like, exposed to a lot of Muslims that I wouldn't have been exposed to at church or at the flats or whatever. And my Muslim friends were my closest friends. And even now today, I'm still close with them. And I learned a lot about their religion because the school was very open about it. But I never ever thought going through high school it would become the religion I take one day. And then I spoke about the bodybuilding journey. That stemmed from a really horrible breakup that I went through, and I fell out of love with myself. Wow. And I landed up going through this, I call it my Insta-ho phase. Because I would literally like post whatever I wanted on Instagram. I didn't really care what people thought about me, but I loved the attention, and it made me feel so good about myself when everyone was liking my pictures and commenting and calling me hot and sexy and whatever else. But it took that and me landing in this like deep dark hole where I didn't love myself and I couldn't see a way out of it. And I just remember I was like researching religions and I'd already broken away from the Catholic faith. I never got confirmed. So I was kind of just going through like, I believe there's a higher power. I just need to find that higher power that makes sense for me. And as I was like researching Islam, the respect they have for females as per what the Quran says. So not what society says Islam has for females, but what the Quran says is what the first thing I read up about it. And I fell in love with that. And the idea that I was actually a somebody. I wasn't just a nobody. And I started to like learn more about it. And I started to interact with this group of Muslim women on a WhatsApp group. And I fell in love with it more and more as I was learning about it. And the biggest thing I can say that was my turning point was knowing that there was only one God in Islam. Monotheism was the biggest thing for me because going through Catholicism, we learned about the three gods in one, which didn't make sense for me. How am I like praying to three different people and the saints? And where Islam was now telling me, okay, this is the way I need to go. And everything was so clear and set out in the Quran. And yeah, like after I didn't revert with the intention I was going to stay a Muslim. I reverted because I thought, okay, it was the right thing I was going to do, but I didn't take it serious enough. And I made a lot of prayers, a lot of dua. Like I was very alone. I was making salah alone in my room. I would hide from my mommy when I was wearing my hijab because I didn't want her to know. And my first Eid and Ramadan, I was alone. I woke up for Fajr in the morning. My mom is fast asleep. I break my fast at night alone before she comes home from work. She doesn't know anything. And I was like making dua, and then this little boy came along in the gym. I call him my little black boy. But okay, no, I can call him that because he's my husband. But I met him in the gym, and it was almost like that was the confirmation I needed that I made the right choice. Because up until that point, I was researching, I was doing madrasa online, I was trying to teach myself about the religion that was almost like the complete opposite of what I had learned before.
So who was the one that showed you Catholicism growing up? Was it your mother or your
My mommy.
father? Oh, okay.
So my mommy baptized me as Catholic. I don't know if my dad had much of a say in that, but my mom baptized me, and then it was catechism every Sunday,
Yeah.
youth on a Friday night, and just revolved around that. And I didn't grasp it.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense to me. And I can talk forever about Islam, stuff that makes sense to me, but
Yeah.
that's my own personal journey, and I don't stray people's thoughts away from that. But I'm very passionate about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so
can
obviously
be
the one aspect is you reverting, you embracing it, right? Then there's sharing it with those close to you. So your father's an armed response officer, right?
Yeah.
So
Over there. Shoo.
how was that conversation like?
My dad is such a down-to-earth person. Like, we grew up in Wynberg, and there was a shop. And I know people call it the Najis, but it was owned by a group of Muslim people. And my dad was very good friends with him. And my dad was very open to it. I think I would have taken it offensive if I didn't know my dad. But when the adhan would go off, he would like mimic the adhan, but not in a rude way, because he didn't understand it. So my dad was super open to it. And he actually took me to Gatesville to go buy my first 2 Salah tops, which was so funny because like, imagine this Boere white father walking in Gatesville. Like, I'm already sticking out because I'm white in Gatesville. Now I bring this huge ass father with me along. But he was amazing. He still is. So he's very accepting of it.
No, that's nice.
I want to hear what you have to say about my mother.
You still
yeah.
not ready, sir.
Listen, listen,
yeah.
I'm Muslim.
Yeah.
Nah, and I feel like I feel like you spoke about it now earlier. God, the whole thing with Balvel and all the people very, very like excited for you and saying words you don't understand. It's the energy, man.
Yeah.
And like as a Muslim, there's so much energy for someone who gets their journey of faith. I've come to appreciate the journey of faith regardless of what religion it is, but it's extra special when it's Islam. And so I am getting very emotional because it's like for me, Islam was thrust upon me. You know what I'm saying? Like I was literally says Muslim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There was like even a baptism for you.
Yeah.
Just
well,
like,
there is.
But I've also spoken about it before. I've really the time I embraced my faith was when I was wrestled with my faith. And I think for me, as soon as you start getting that fighting and trying to, like you said, get the answers that you need, because there's going to be lots of questions.
Yes.
There's going to be things that you were taught that is potentially wrong, and you need to unpack that. But it's about that relationship. Once you form that relationship and invite them into your heart, I think that's the best thing.
So there's essentially there's kind of like two things. There's one way you have a relationship with God. You find faith. And then there's a thing where you resonate with the teachings of that faith.
Yes.
And a lot of the times people feel connected to God but not connected to the teaching.
Yeah.
And so that's where I call it like this. It depends on who's the sales reps. Who are the sales reps of the religion when you are looking, man? Because, for example, at Friday Mosque, I don't grand the khutbah. It's the same thing. Like, it's literally like recycled. But when I was at UWC, it's new every week. And you just like, you learn so much. You get to like, so again, sales reps. You know, so if, for example, so that I'm going to get to that line quickly. But yeah, so it really does depend on like, who sold it to you? Yeah, because that was the message that you needed to hear type thing. Then, you get these very, very powerful symbols of Islam. The Quran, the Adhan, the actual appearance of people.
Mufti Mink.
Did you just say why?
Sorry.
Why are you a Mufti Mink stan?
He's cool. Made a dating app.
Munda.
So
Yeah, something along those lines.
crazy. What I wanted to say is that like the adhan and your dad kind of like mimicking the sound of it. It's actually such a special part of Islam where some people actually hear the adhan and fall in love with the religion.
Yeah.
And they don't understand a word of what's happening.
Yeah.
And so the person who does the adhan, right, on the day of like judgment, we believe that he's going to be resurrected with like a long neck because of the amount of like people that heard his call type thing. And I just like, that's such a very, very powerful symbol. And again, like it's making me emotional.
On the dish.
And the C is for
Cries.
Cries.
Every time I come here, they want me to cry. Okay, so I do want to talk about your mom.
Okay.
But I don't want to go through the JP route. But yeah, so what is your relationship with your mother at this point in time?
Yeah, it's at a point where I feel like we are more than just mom and daughter.
Okay.
We friends,
Alhamdulillah.
but it was a journey to
Yeah.
get to the point where we are now.
Yeah.
Do I speak about the journey? Is it like cue for speak the journey?
It's up to you. You can say if you want to. You can say if you don't want to.
So my mom's very fixated in her ways.
Yeah.
She also suffers from her own mental illnesses, and that has been a struggle through like my whole childhood, going up into my adult years. And when I first embraced Islam, she wasn't very accepting of it. And I landed up leaving the house to go and live with Tariq. And I stayed with him before we were married. And in Islam, that was highly frowned upon. But that was how I had felt in that point in time. I think because my parents were divorced, I lived with my mom most of my years. I actually left Wynberg in grade 9 to go live with my grandparents because my mom's mental health just got a bit too much.
Okay.
And because I was the responsible one looking after at home, I felt at the age of 15 that wasn't supposed to be put on me. And then in high school, I laugh about it now, but when I heard that she was moving to Belleville, I somehow went to go live in a hostel in Worcester. Because I was like, I'm not doing my matric year with you. Like, I can laugh about it now because I've made it through it, but in that moment in time, it wasn't great. And we didn't have a great relationship. We fought a lot. She wasn't my go-to person.
Yeah.
But it took me getting married and having to like provide for a household and me being independent without her to actually appreciate the woman that she is. So she's in a retirement village now at the ripe age of 59. And I'm enjoying that journey with her. Because now I can go visit her on a weekend. We can hang out. We can be more than just that mom and daughter, something I longed for. So, yeah.
They have me.
Call the cops.
They have me. Sorry. I'm very unprofessional. I'm so emotional with this one. Because we actually had an opportunity to all of us actually met your mom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I had to think that, like, you guys do this before me or something. But then I remember the ocean basket.
Yeah. And so again, very happy that you managed to reconnect and reestablish a connection. Because I feel like that's actually that's what it's all about, man. Strengthening family ties, improving community. That's really what the spirit of religion should be.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be about, who's the best and brightest under God's eye.
Yeah.
It's who's the best servant. Like who can serve, the actual love and spirit of God. Who can do that? That's what it should be about. And so you really... reconnecting with your mother is the most Muslim thing that you've done.
Because Jannah lies under her feet. She almost embraced Islam.
Rizaan is getting... He's getting...
She almost embraced Islam. Like, it was very close. And I think she was so steadfast in her old ways. Like, I actually posted a photo on Instagram on Eid just past, and she had like the whole dookie and the salat top and everything. And she came with me to mosque. It was very cute, very stressful for me because I'm like trying to show her how to make salah so that she doesn't feel left out.
Yeah.
And I was so worried she wouldn't know what to do. But I think she was very like stuck in her ways. But I appreciate the fact that she was open to my religion. And she was willing to learn about it. So
Okay. Are we ready to get back into the education space?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Okay. Thank you.
You fine, sir?
No?
Okay.
He's not.
Okay,
I'm
but
really
okay, good.
I'm really not.
Oh, really?
So my mom's a teacher. And you can kind of see, like, as you get older, your passion for it grows. Because like one of the biggest tenets of teaching is how much you learn. Right? You learn, doesn't matter how much you know, you're always gonna learn from the people that you interact with. And that's one of like my favorite like core principles is that everyone is my teacher. So as a teacher, right? Like you are semi-new to the game, even though you've been about the block. What has been your sort of like, let's say, favorite experience as a teacher so far? Like you don't have to pick one, but I want you to pick one.
So the school I teach at now, I would say has been my favorite experience.
Wow.
It's the first time I've worked in a community that really struggles.
Okay.
And I could physically see the impact I was making in the kids' lives on a daily basis. Like the smallest little things made them so happy. So being able to work with kids that really appreciate what is given to them because they don't have that when they leave those school gates.
I mean, so I'm from Elsie River. So like, you invited for tea. if ever the day gets too much, you can come over for tea.
Just please explain like what part, because I don't drive further.
Love that. So do you know where the Elsie River Library is?
I know where Avonwood ShopRite is.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Are you like gonna explain?
Yeah, that's so good.
Are you sure you're gonna do it?
Let's maybe after the show.
This conversation got
Because
too
I was
comfortable too
just
quickly.
gonna explain to you that like I live very close to the Elsie River Library. So if Avonwood Spa is there, that's Balvenie, which is like 30th Avenue.
Yes.
And if you drive down to Holt Road, that's basically the area that I live in. That's all I'm willing to say.
The avenues run
Gosh,
this
yeah,
way though. And Balvini's that way.
No, that's not true. Balvenie is in the same parallel the avenue. We're not talking about
you
this.
don't need to be fighting about
We're not talking about this. We're not talking about this. I just started with me getting scarred out by a teacher. I don't need that energy right now. I literally invited you for tea.
Yeah.
I'll come for tea. I'll bring butter biscuits as well.
Are you serving some mango as well?
Yes.
Some what?
Some mango? Serving some
Oh,
mango?
mango.
What's going on? What is it?
You can also come.
Yeah, I can come over. We can
Thank
come
you,
over.
thank you,
Can we
thank
get
you.
back to the episode now?
Yes, sure.
Outrageous. So we actually asked our audience some questions on social media, some social media questions. Embarrassment. And so the one question was, and this is actually like a very, very small response, but I'm going to open it to the gang. And this is, what is your primary or high school's, your school's way of showing school spirit?
See, I was clever. I'm a teacher. I went and watched your guys' Instagram. So I was like, I'm gonna prep myself. So I went to DF Milan, and I don't know if you guys know about MTBS.
Yes,
It's a very
yes.
big thing up at the Velodrome.
Yeah.
That was a freaking amazing experience. doing the flashes, the blazers, recreating popular songs into medleys. So that definitely, that
school
spirit was
spirit.
amazing. Burnt lips, sunstroke and everything.
Everything.
All the whole day at the velodrome. It was so worth it.
So again, I went to Settlers and we also did like
Attempt.
inter-school. No, wait, Anna, bearing the lead. So we also did like flashes and stuff like that. Like, and it was quite like you'd make like a gun or like a hat or whatever the case is. That's man, they did it for money. They did like 3D. Like, what's going on? Who's paying you to do this? And so like, amazing, definitely wanted to be like you type vibes. So excellent.
We had no
zero gears.
Zero. Just like I will be completely honest with you, man. The most experience that I had with that camaraderie was in like a rugby season. We had a war cry specifically. So we have war cries before. If you're in the first team, you do the war cry in the cafeteria so that the sound echoes to the field.
Okay.
So, but that was again a small. It wasn't the whole school. It was just like a group. But I think, at least when I was growing up, every school in the northern suburbs watched the MTBS and tried to hide. How do you get that right? Because like it takes time, right?
Yeah.
To get those coordinations. But like you said, it creates such a good school spirit when they do get it right.
It's sticky. It's sticky because it's like, then don't complain about like our marks and stuff. School principal. You know what I'm saying? The whole time when you dirty.
We're practicing for this. We used to get a sheet and it literally, every person got a different sheet and you had crosses and lines and that was when you open and close your blazer. 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night for like 3 weeks, every day.
You see what that does is now they're taking advantage of the fact that they don't have to spend an arduous amount of time on disciplining the children.
Yeah, true.
I also think
that is a deep take.
Yeah.
I also think that like,
Because you're keeping them in line.
I guess. But also, I guess.
It's also
That sounded very hectic. But you went to the prison school. You like no. Joke aside, they couldn't run like during school time. Like while you're wearing your school uniform, they mag nie hardloop nie.
Yo. I wish that rule existed.
Hey yo.
We couldn't have balls either.
But I think all schools have that rule now.
Yeah.
Because you break windows.
Yeah. I heard it, and I'm moving on. So what's important is like, but then at the same time, so I was saying that they don't spend a lot of time disciplining the kids because, like, again, they come from middle
disciplined
class.
backgrounds.
But at the same time, it does foster like a weird. Like it's a weird thing that happens in your brain that you just care about the most. You just care about your school now. Like you just care about the little things that your school does. That everything is just deep. Like it's like like I must tuck my shirt in, even though I'm in Woolies right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that button on my tie must be tight, even though I'm in church right now. Like it's just like I'm representing
The school that I'm going
you know
to.
what I'm saying? Yes. But yeah, like so my school, Settlers, is a very, very like gees school. Do you know the game show So You Think You Can Dance? Our thing was So You Think You Can Gaan.
Oh, wow.
So You Think You Can Gaan. Like, so like I still know the songs that we used to sing for like different like Settlers, can I get a dance? Hey? Come on now, dog. Kitty body masala, us canala, us custard and jelly, us and cans with us. Settlers is coming. Shh. Maybe like, whatever it is. Maybe like, they have me indoctrinated, bro.
We see
My
We see
school
it.
blazer
We
is
see it.
still clean. That's Jordan.
Tarek also still has these in the cupboard there. But
I'm
there's
a t-
gazillion badges and strings and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, that's the other thing. Those badges and those skittles,
Yeah.
they have you.
Yeah.
If you have chappies on your blazer, they have you. Yeah, no, but like it's fine. Like it worked.
Why do you think he teaches there again?
Yeah, fully. They have him. They have him. The second question, we actually read none of the responses. So the one was kind of what JP was saying, sport, especially rugby, war cries were everything. And I agree, that's the one.
Yeah.
Clayton Jardine said none whatsoever. No, it's just hostility. It's crazy. Are you okay, maybe? I'm not supposed to read their names, but he's my brother, so I'm going to read his name. The second question was, what or where was your favorite school trip / excursion? I'm going to actually open it to the crowd first.
You.
Would you like to go first?
No,
JP?
you can go, Sam.
As a student and as a teacher.
Okay, so as a student, when I was at Weinberg Girls, I was part of this. We were like the smart kids, so we were part of like an extra, how can I say, group of kids where they try to enrich us, an enrichment group. So we got to go to the towers in the airport, and we got to see how the control towers work, how they fly the planes.
That's really cool.
So that was a very cool experience.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And as a teacher, World of Birds, I went to Weinberg Boys. It was hilarious because the little lemurs peed on us, but it was very cute. The kids, and it was pouring with rain.
In Hout Bay, yeah, that's gang.
Kelly can't go to World of Birds.
She don't like birds?
She don't like words.
She don't like words.
She don't like birds.
And very
Shit,
kind
I
of his back pose.
She doesn't like birds at all.
Paul also hates
Yeah.
birds.
Yeah, she
Yo,
couldn't,
all
like,
birds.
Keely couldn't come to UCT when I was studying
The seagulls.
because the pigeons there
Oh.
almost, they must...
They enrolled.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
studying sports science.
Response.
Faster those cats, and you don't really see those cats, bro. They all study in the same degree,
Yeah, yeah.
bro. BA
So
linguistics.
my excursion was when you in like grade 10, like almost that first year of senior, then they take like a group of students and they go on this like camp. And at what we don't know is that at this camp there's also a group of students from other schools.
Wow.
So you like interact with these other schools. So it was the
Sounds
idea.
familiar, man.
The idea
you
is
there?
the idea is to develop leadership skills.
Is this
So for the
primary
next-
school?
I know this
High
is
school.
in
Oh,
high
okay.
school, but no, the primary school one was also cool. That was with like
Prefect campus.
Yeah, prefect camp.
Yeah.
But this was
Okay.
in I preferred the high school one just because I was a bit older, and yeah, that was my favorite
Okay,
excursion.
lit. Okay. Namibia, do you want to get in on this?
That's right.
Okay, cool. So, that was nice. That's fine. I like that. Okay, so we're not saying user's name, but someone said going to the Coca-Cola factory because there was unlimited supply of cool drink.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Nah, but I know your bread is buttered, boy. This was classic. Primary school, surf walk.
Yo.
Yes.
I remember.
We had big walk every year.
Yeah.
So
My cousin also, because like I was in Windhoek growing up, like the closest beach is 4 hours away. Scarce.
Guys, a surf walk. Nah, we were spoiled with surf walks. And then you go to Blowberg and you get blue bottles. That's what they called it, Blowberg. Someone said the planetarium in grade 7, elite.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good trip, though.
Planetarium's underrated.
that was a good trip.
Nah, man, okay, listen, I agree. I love the planetarium, but I'm like, you not just doing the planetarium though. You going to the planetarium and
Yeah.
That
Because
Ezekiel Museum.
Yeah.
because the planetarium is like a 30-minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Just
then
lay
like,
back.
Yeah.
oh yeah, then the teacher sculling with Maka. Someone said they went to Robben Island.
Sure.
Why does that also feel familiar?
I'm pretty sure every school has gone to Robben Island.
For what? Man?
You learn about in history.
Like, God, you put on a movie, a YouTube video. Yo, now I must go visit the prison.
When
Whoosh.
I was in grade 7, we had like a grade 7 like farewell tour. We took to Cape Town. And then we got to go to Nelson Mandela's house at Paulsmore. He was at the house arrest.
Crazy.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Nah, Paul's more threw me off, man.
Yeah.
I also heard the house polls one, then you said house arrest. I was like, oh, okay. That makes sense now.
So we have just 2 more games
Okay, sure.
because we are not nice people.
Yeah.
So we want to quiz the teacher.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we're
Playback.
also gonna be part of the
quiz.
So this game is called Smart Ask. Lyle has a few categories for us. There's histography, arts and culture, or art and literature. Sorry, food and nature.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Modern world.
the modern world, sports. Let's go. And so he chose some that plays to our strengths. And so how it works is he's going to read a question and he's going to be like, name 3 of, and just do the best of your ability.
It's such a good sell.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we'll start with sport.
Do you want to go for this one, or are you a sport person?
Yeah, we can do sports.
Yeah, let's see like how much we can get.
Okay.
We're gonna go with Olympic gymnastic events.
Okay.
So the names of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beam.
The beam. Okay. The
Rings.
Yeah.
rings.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The high beam? Oh, is it the bar? Sorry, my
The
trip.
bar.
Yeah.
The double bar.
The
The
double,
double,
one with
double is for the
yeah.
females and then the males.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then the floor.
Yeah,
It
floor
is
freestyle.
gymnastics, yeah.
What's the
Vault?
the one that I like?
Yes,
is
where they-
when the guy
The vault,
throw it over,
yes.
yes.
Yeah.
pommel horse, I think it's called.
Yes, with the
Pommel,
old one
yes.
like
Break
that.
dance on the normal.
Yeah.
Nah, actually, at like the Olympics,
Yeah.
like apart from like sprints and hurdles, gymnastics is my
It's
favorite.
beautiful.
But they should rename.
Diving, swimming,
They should rename
swimming.
that event to the breakdance on the normal.
Are you guys happy with that?
Yeah.
That's good.
Let's go with food and nature.
Okay.
Since you spoke about the Italian heritage, let's see types of pasta.
Tagliatelle, penne,
Linguini.
linguine.
Okay, now we need to see if JP and Rizaan can do another 3.
Oh.
Like collective.
Macaroni.
Bye, bro. Come on.
It's macaroni.
Spaghetti? No, that's just a. Is that
That's a
count?
type, is it not type pasta? Like
okay.
spaghetti.
Copper.
Easy options.
You said penne
What's
already.
Yeah.
new? Oh, she gave us the spicy ones. I'm
Okay.
giving
Okay, one more.
What's the one that's in the the?
So I don't know
bracket?
the name of the lasagna sheets. Is it just called lasagna?
I'm thinking it's just called lasagna.
Well
What's
done.
that rolled
Well
up
done.
pasta
Well done,
stuff
Rizaan.
is?
Well done. He thought he would get us out.
I'm a basic bitch.
Respect yourself.
Okay, let's go with one more. The modern world.
Let's go.
We'll go with brands of denim.
Nah.
Levi.
Yo. Does cotton on count? Because they
yeah.
have their own jeans.
But like
True religion.
I guess.
Relay.
Lee. Do you remember Lee?
Yes.
Abercrombie.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
What's that other one where they use the hot models? It's not Abercrombie. Old Navy.
Old
Ooh,
Navy.
she's cooking.
Yeah, nah.
Sheesh.
She's cooking.
Proud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Access to the Google Drive.
Do you want to do one more?
One more. Just to take us home. Just take us home. Well, take us to Samia now.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Are you excited about this?
Okay, I guess it's gonna be easy for you, but let's see if she.
Yeah, then I'll keep quiet.
Men's colognes.
Dolce & Gabbana. Louis Vuitton. Calvin Klein.
I feel like I
Paco
want
Rabanne.
to give some specific answers. Man.
Avon.
Oh, wait.
That's perfect.
A lot of aunties are very proud. Oh wait, that was a checkmate for
That's clear. I didn't see that one coming.
You said specific.
That came from behind. With the hoochie on you. So, before we close, we have to, because you said you are a viewer, so you get to play our infamous game.
Say my now.
The game from the bowl, a series of hypothetical questions. And this game is titled JP. Say my now. You can actually do it, right?
Yeah.
But
The cue.
They showed how it's done.
Say my now.
Let's go.
We had to eliminate one mode of transportation. Which one would affect our lives the most?
I really liked when that question was going. I had a specific answer that you took like a whole 180.
Railway, water, or air?
Okay, I'm going to need you to start over.
Say my now.
Here we go, one breath.
We had to eliminate one mode of transportation. Which one would affect our lives the most? Road, railway, water, or air?
Okay, can I go?
Yeah.
Sorry, is it remove or change?
Remove.
One has to go.
One has to go.
Because I was going to say we can change our country specifically if we improve railway.
Correct.
Like it would literally transform the norm.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. But the buses, fuck buses. What is it?
Road, railway, water, and air. So road needs to, but that's not just buses, that's all road.
It's like worldwide also.
Yeah, that would have the biggest effect.
In your life.
Road have the biggest effect.
Okay.
Like
No, but which one would you?
Which one would you remove?
road.
You would want to remove road.
Biggest change.
But what's like?
Am I playing the game wrong? Am I playing the game wrong?
Which one did you remove?
There we go. Or someone else.
I would have said air.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could never afford it.
You kept it real.
So
You kept it real.
Take a road away and I'm stuck at home.
Yeah.
My least, I would actually remove water, to be honest.
Sure, no, you said it with so much disdain.
No, just
Like food sag, yacht.
I don't know.
no. For my
water
life,
for me
water is
is
not
crazy.
involved.
Nah, bro, you don't realize how important it is.
You see, Lau,
you get
you
fish
have
on Good
preconceived
Friday.
notions and essays ready to go. You're not participating in this game, bro.
No, but like, just think about water though.
No. We can think about it. We can think about it. And I'm telling you that JP's answer stands. We can bring the cargo in via trucks, apparently. That's what we can do. Leave
Or
it
air.
alone.
And over the seas?
Most
Yeah.
fly it.
And how
Fly.
expensive is that going to be?
You
it's
didn't
not
ask
your
for the
problem.
expensive part.
I'm not your problem.
There's a lot of details
It was
missing
just,
out.
it was just that
Not
was
your
not going to
problem.
happen.
Yes, like a girlfriend. Wat gaat aan?
Samia, that's your one.
Oh my, sir. Okay. Ooh, yo. Saima, now you could introduce a new subject at high school. What would you want to be taught?
Oh, lovely question. Lovely question.
I've said this before. I don't want to say it again. Taxes.
Oh,
Yeah.
stay
And I mean,
committed
just
to
the
capitalism.
yes, just the understanding of it and how it works, how to do it.
Yes.
I think that would be a great. It's something that you can learn easily when you are in high school, and I think something that will help you in later life when you need to submit that thing.
I want to say farming, but specifically how to grow your own food.
That would be dope.
That would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like that.
And like where and again this was a high school thing. No?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
grade 8 and 9 and maybe even 10 you learn how to grow food. No?
Yeah.
Then 11 and 12 was high grade. You learn to preserve food.
Yeah.
You learn stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like spices, natural spices.
Then you give it to the home ec team for the muffins.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I like that answer.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah.
do like that answer. That's a great one.
Can I choose two?
Yes.
Okay, so first one, I think from a female perspective, I wish they taught us how to be more independent in doing like the things that men usually do. Like teach us how to change a tire, how to unclog a toilet, how to tow a car successfully, how to like any of the mechanical things that breaks down at home. Now I must phone dad and to come and sort that stuff out. And the second one, I think because I started learning the skill, is I would say forex trading should be taught in high school to give you an understanding of how the economics works in different countries, how the markets work, like the influence it has on you as a person in that country.
Yeah.
Like that's so like the fundamentals behind it.
I'm gonna lie, you said two things that make me greatly uncomfortable. But it's like, it's so quiet because like I get to learn from someone who just thinks and feels differently than me. But the first thing you should do is giving, because I want to murder all men.
But I feel like it's valid.
Oh, it is
because
valid.
Even
No.
some men don't like get those lessons.
100%.
True.
Yeah.
100%.
And they're so fundamental, right?
Yeah.
In terms of if you get stuck
Could
somewhere.
be so
if you're-
fundamental.
those are two great answers, I think.
You would love the Forex one. You would love it. Like respectfully.
Oh, yeah.
Like stay consistent.
So
JP.
you also have a passion for photography, just before we go. And just what was it about photography that was so interesting? Because I think it started on the side of the rugby field, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
it
Bonus
is.
questions.
Goodness. I started doing photography at school. So my dad was actually a police photographer, and I think I learned that enjoyment through him. And then at DF Malan, I got my first ever camera, and then I started taking photos of our first team rugby and the other sports, and it evolved over the years. And I went to go study it, and then I found my niche in photography, what I really enjoy doing, but never made it a career.
Okay.
It was difficult to make it a career.
If just say by now, you were by the means, and you could afford to have the like equipment, like a nice camera, would you keep going with it? Like just even as a passion project type thing?
Yes, I would 100%. Just for myself though. I wouldn't do it to work for other people or to do like shoots for other people. I do it like just out of my own, because I think people are like, Vasi photos? Where are we getting that? You barely walked out. Like the 21st birthdays, everyone wants to take pictures. Like, nobody, it starts where like no one talks to you, they don't give you the food, and then all of a sudden everyone wants photos. And you're barely out the door and like, onthou om dit vir Tannie daar te stuur, nee, dan kan ek ook die foto's kry. Moet vir my nou mooi maak, nee.
That's always the thing.
I want to be skinny, like no auntie.
I was literally just thinking of Lal there. In that moment, I thought of Lal because, so I do poetry, man. And when I go to a poetry event, I kind of like offer Lal service, like I'm his pimp. It's crazy. But then he pulled me to the side. Listen, stop this cock. So he actually said something that I think you touched on there, is that like, when you are in that space, like the poetry or like at a wedding, you want to be there to enjoy the experience. Having to be the photographer, the videographer, it's now a job. And so I think just firstly, to those of you that do this for work, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't smart to do it for work, boundaries.
Just say no.
So at the end of the podcast, we like to give the guest an opportunity to do two things. Thing number one is to promote any projects or pages or things that people can sort of follow you on or find you on if you want to be followed. And then the second thing, and this is a very, very important thing, and that is give a message to your younger self.
So, teacher Samia on Instagram. And then the message to my younger self, there's a song by Anis. He's like an up-and-coming singer.
I love him.
His music is amazing. It's beautiful.
Yes.
And the song is called Drunk on Myself. Now, coincidental, Muslim here. Not literally being drunk, but the idea of loving yourself so much that you're actually addicted to yourself in the least conceited way possible. Like you can be okay with yourself. Because I came from a point where I didn't love myself. And now I can actually say like, I'm quite young. I'm happy with who I am as a person. I can get drunk on myself every day.
Love him.
I'm quiet.
Precies.
Rizaan is full. Yes. Please, there,
he
Samia.
needs help.
I think from if it's not very evident before, thank you for coming.
Yo, shukran.
Thank you
my
for
word.
taking Rizaan through every
Field
stage of
trip.
emotion.
Field
And I think also thank you for stepping into the space where the profession took a hit from the words. And I think it was important for us to address this, but also get to know this amazing journey that you are on. And I think it's nice that we were able to marry the two in this opportunity. So if you do
Sorry.
like
Wait, please, wait.
Okay,
Just,
okay.
I want to say, all the best and safe travels if you do go and teach abroad. Because obviously that's a brand new experience. And I do still hope that you keep that passion, keep that fervor wherever you go. And that you and Tari continue to have 4 holidays together. Take us out. Please.
So if you like this kind of content, please do like, share, subscribe, comment down below what you thought the favorite part was, and rate us on the audio
Oh,
platforms.
lovely.
We are out. Ding-a-ling.